All right, Blacklin, this is it. You're done. Unbelievable you've made me come this far struggling. Making me feel like a rookie. I'm going to find out what's wrong with this noise we heard yesterday right now. I'm going to fix it and get you back on the road. Very interesting find here while I'm underneath the Blacklin Charger. So this is the passenger side axle, right? See how it has some free play. You can shimmy back and forth. This one, remember how I said last night that boot was kind of twisted looking weird? Yeah. This one, however, is like, it's locked in there, does not even move. So I don't feel it's necessary to start the car and double check that. I'm pretty sure this axle is clapped because as you can see, it's new. I took it to Phoenix Rack and Axle. They rebuilt it, and well, I don't think they did a very good job because this lasted, let's see, from 35th and Thomas to 43rd and McDowell. It's like 2 miles and some dyno pools. This one has lasted 160,000 miles. So there's definitely a problem here. I'll probably just get my refund and buy a new one elsewhere since I can't risk this happening again. I'm still gonna double check the diff fluid, tranny fluid, all the fluids. Of course, I always do a post dyno inspection just to make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. And yeah, the suspension down here is looking great though. All these billet arms. I know these Hemis so good. I was just walking by and I noticed that this bolt was installed incorrectly. It's supposed to face that way, this way. And they put it from this way, that way. And that's probably why it ate up that bushing even faster. I found the problem. The problem is that somebody provided me with their best service. And it sucked. Ah, man, I hate living in a subpar culture. Look at this. Whoever rebuilt this axle didn't even put the splines all the way in. They put the splines in like up to right there. I mean, look how much spline it has. It has like a whole inch and some worth of splines. And they only decided they wanted to use a 1/4 inch of spline. I don't see a snap ring right here. I don't see a snap ring right there. I wonder if somebody forgot a snap ring. Let's check out how it looks in here. Oh, it looks cooked. Huh, that's interesting. Wonder what caused that. Anyways. So, yeah, this axle was rebuilt for me by Phoenix Rack and Axle. Shout out to you guys. You know, you could have costed somebody their lives. And before somebody says, oh, you abusing it, race car. No, I was turning the corner on 43rd and McDowell, like 2,000 RPM. Boom. I put 2 miles on it, guys. 2 miles on this axle. So I'm going to take the axle out, take it to Phoenix Rec, and be like, saca la feria, Holmes. I need my money back because subpar service that almost killed me. And I'm glad it happened to me and not Mr. Lyons. Be careful who you do business with. Not everybody's as good as you, and not everybody cares as much as you do, unfortunately. If you want something done, you're better off doing it yourself, or just don't rebuild stuff, just replace it with a new one, right? Axles, that is. The rebuilt axle is like $100, a new axle, $200 from O'Reilly's, whatever. So yeah, guys, beware out there. There's people that just do things for a paycheck, and then there's us that do things for a passion, for a living, despite all odds being against us, despite trials and tribulations that we have to overcome, despite you being the best version that you could possibly be. There's still going to be something along the ways that, you know, cause hiccups, like the wheels being stolen, like this axle problem. So I dropped the idle to 800. It was at 850. I just dropped it 50 RPM. Yeah, boy. Let me know if you liked it before or now. I personally like my idle to be lower so he can chop slower and nicer and all that. We got some new shoes for Blackland. FedEx just dropped off these meats right here. We're like Arby's, baby. We got the meat. So, unfortunately, Blackland used to have Mickey Thompsons on it, and Mickeys are just kind of hard to come by. I think they were like out of stock or back order. The point is, I couldn't get them. So, I hit up Blackland's owner. He said he was okay with these. So I got him some Continental Extreme Sport Contact. So they have a similar tread pattern, and they're the same size, of course, as the ones that were on previously on Blackland. So yeah, check these out, guys. We got that's some meat right there. 305 in the rear and a 275 in the front is what's going to be going on Blackland. So yeah, these bums that stole our wheels and tires really thought they were going to do something. They didn't do nothing, because all it did was make us better, faster, and stronger. Let's get it, baby. Never lose faith. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Check it out, y'all. If you guys remember, Blackland used to have some chrome lug nuts. Now she's going to re-rocking some black ones. Whoo, these are nice. Very nice. And of course, I got some wheel locks. There's no way we're allowing this to happen again to anybody. If any of my clients show up with wheels with no locks, I will automatically be adding locks and new lug nuts to your bill, and I won't even ask. You're just gonna show up to Hemi Hustlers, and you're gonna have different wheels and locks and different wheel lug nuts and locks on them, and I will give you the key, and that's that. Can't have this happening to any of my clients anywhere. Look at this beautiful wheel. This is the 9.5 too. We still got the 10.5 right there. So these are the fronts. Those are the rears. The rears are 1 inch wider. Man, these wheels look beautiful. I'm very glad they look exactly the same as the replicas that were on it, because there's some replicas that look like straight out of China. Cheap Chinese. They don't even look right. Like the Wishat version of the rear wheel. This one does not look like this. This is a very high quality rep, and I'm very excited. So let's go take these wheels and tires to my trusted tire guy. He won't even put a single scratch on these wheels. So very good, very good. And let's just go ahead and knock this out, guys. It's a beautiful day. We're almost done with Blackland. Just picked up some fresh wheels and tires from the only place I trust in town to not scratch my wheels. Or should I say Blackland's wheels. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're almost done with Blackland. Now it's put these babies on, finish tuning it, dialing it in, alignment, and home she goes. It's a beautiful Friday today. I just put the wheels and tires on. Bam! She's looking good. She's looking like Blackland all over again, baby. The ride height looks a little wonky because I just put it on the ground. So once I drive and the suspension settles, it'll all even out. She's looking back to her glory. Yes, sir. Woo! We got the meats like Arby's. Hemi Hustlers. Nice. So I just got the 4th revision tune for my tuner. I'm gonna upload that to the PCM, engine and trans, and then we're gonna go for a pull. This time I'm gonna try and record it. It's kind of hard to log the data on HP Tuner's drive, and record at the same time, right? If there's one thing I care about, it's not doing any further damage to Blackland here. So I'll see what I can do. I might have to duct tape the phone to my greasy forehead and see if maybe I can get a video for you guys, because this thing rips. And now that we got some meats on there, some fresher meats, she shouldn't spin as much, because the tires that are on Filiberto's are kind of dry rotted from the many years that she's been sitting. So they're pretty stiff. These are a little softer compound because it's a newer tire. So I know for sure she's going to spin. She makes buttloads of torque, but maybe she'll spin less, which means we can get a better data log. Bam, let's do this. Here's something very interesting. So I wrote the files, revision number 5, even though it's 4. I think he actually only put 5. Anyways, that's not the point. So the coolant's been coming down, and I'm like, I don't see a leak. Well, if you look right here, that's the lower radiator hose going to the water pump. It's like oozing out of the thread reinforcement of the hose. So it's not leaking out of the hose. If you look, the hose is rubber, but it's inside lined with, like, I don't know, like some sort of fabric material that makes it burst proof, right? Well, it's leaking through there. So we have a bad lower radiator hose, which is like Blackland. Gotta freaking drain the coolant, put the car up in the air, and all this mess. But I'm gonna do that after I go do this log. But this is why you should always check the vehicle every time before you go out and do some spirited driving, right? Like, anybody could have easily just given it back to Mr. Lyons, and it would have slowly dropped the level, overheated, boom, blown the engine. And there would have been no trace. Like, there's no trace. It's such minimal. It's like evaporating through the hose, if that's a thing. So I'm gonna keep on looking here, make sure we don't have anything weird going on. I don't see any leaks or anything like that. I think we're dialed except for that little hose. So I'm gonna have to go order one right now at Riley's, so that way if she's in stock, I can go pick it up, swap this out, and then, man, we're an alignment away from giving this car back. And the AC, I was having some problems with the air conditioning, so I had the tuner adjust it just in case there was any in case they changed anything with the AC on the tune, because you can change the AC with the tune on HP tuners. So I had them just put it back to normal or whatever the heck, and if it doesn't work, then I know I have a mechanical problem. And I'm thinking it might be that expansion valve or the compressor, because those are really the only two important things that go on in the AC system, besides the condenser. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the condenser. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and fire this baby up. Let's read some data here. All right, we are live on data. This engine sounds so good. No blow by, baby. It's a good running engine right here. It's a good running engine. Let's go hear that chop some more. don't even know what I'm looking at. Engine coolant, ambient air temp, trans fluid temp. 90 degrees. Alright, it's a hot day today. Which sucks, because that means the intake air temp is going to be hot, which means we're not going to make as much power as we were the other day, but let's get it. Something very interesting just happened when I was out with Blackman. If you look at the compressor, it is she's cooked. She's cooked. I started hearing a squeal. The car wasn't making as much power. I think the compressor was in the on position, but it wasn't on. So that's why we test and tune and figure shit out. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful morning today. It's a very hot morning, even though it's barely 10 o'clock here in Arizona. It makes me want to move to another state. Anyways, after, a laundry list of bad words, I got the compressor out. Here's what happened. So the other day, I was doing some data logging per the tuner's request. I went out to the boonies to go do a pool, and the car just wasn't making power like like it regular does during all the pools. It upshifted early. It felt kind of sluggish, like something was dragging it down. It's kind of weird, right? And so whatever. I had a weird smell. I pull over, it's smoking out this side. I'm like, damn, I thought the car was on fire. I was super scared. So then I popped the hood, and there's a bunch of smoke coming out the compressor. Why? I don't know. The AC wasn't even on. So I'm not even sure how this happened. So my theory is, last time I turned the AC off, the clutch never disengaged from the pulley. So, when I did the pull, the clutch, just like a clutch on a car, if it can't hold a torque, it's going to slip. So it slipped, right? And it just cooked it. I mean, like, this clutch just does not move. It's pretty seized. Moves a little bit. This pulley, as you can see, is cooked. Now, whatever, I'm not really worried about what's here on the outside. It's what's on the inside that matters. If this compressor, I haven't even seen it. If there's a bunch of metal in there, we're done. This AC system is done. But if it looks normal in there, well, we're good. Now, just at first glance, I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't see any metal in there. But what's weird is I don't see anything in there. Like, this thing is dry. Like, it's dry. I don't even see oil in there. How's that even possible? Because when I recharged it, I always put a little oil just in case some came out, which it always does come out. And the Freon itself acts as a lubricant. So the fact that there's nothing, kind of weird. But there being nothing in here wouldn't cause this to fail, right? This, if anything, would cause this to fail. But there's no metal in here. Everything looks dry. So I'm going to go ahead and say the AC system is good. We don't have to replace the condenser, expansion valve, evap, all that stuff, we'll be all right. We're just swapping over the compressor, putting some fresh oil in it, some dye, and a good recharge. So let's get back to it. I got a new compressor from O'Reilly's. I swear, Blackman does not want to leave. Go home. Ugh.